Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to September's edition of Cop or Drop. If you've never seen this series before, what we do is we look at the greatest bowling ball deals on the internet. We help show them to you guys so you can save a couple of bucks on that new bowling ball. And then we let you know, is it a cop? Is it worth picking up? Or is it a drop? Should you not even care for it and move on to a different bowling ball? If you enjoy this series, please make sure to subscribe. Helps me out a ton. And reminder that we are a Bowlers Mart affiliate. So down below in the description, we have a link with every single bowling ball that we talk about here that is included on Bowlers Mart. And there are a lot this month. It is mainly Bowlers Mart, and it's also mainly Storm bowling balls, which is the first time ever. So if you want to get any of these deals, please use the link down below in the description. I do get a 5% kickback from Bowlers Mart every time that you guys purchase anything from there. Massive, massive thank you to everybody who's used it so far. It is really the best way to help support us and help us continue to make videos like this and put the time in to try to figure out what some of these great deals are. So let's get into it. What we do is we split up categories based on our 6 main categorical scales on the channel. So we're starting with those big asymmetrical balls, the strong and smooth. We are kicking it off with 3 bowling balls on the list, all Bowlers Mart bowling balls. We have the Rotogrip XL, which was on the list last month. However, it's also now dropped by another $10. The second one is the Ion Max. The Ion Max, for some weird reason, is down to $155. This is a top 3 asymmetrical solid on the market today, and it's $40 off. I don't understand it personally. Something to clarify is over Labor Day weekend, Bowlers Mart had an insane deal going on where they had Rockstars at $90, Origin EXs at $90, Ion Maxes at $150, Hyperdrives at $150, and then a couple other Equinox at $110. Now, unfortunately, those deals sold out within like 12 hours. But we also still have some deals that are lingering, like the Ion Max. So if you need a strong smooth ball, this is one of the best ones on the market, and you're getting it for a 25 to 30% deal, which is nuts. Now moving over to the other side, we're going to the Brunswick brands with the Hypnotize. The Hypnotize must not be doing well. That's really unfortunate. It's a hybrid version of the Mesmerize, basically. It's a good ball. It's actually a really decent bowling ball, and it's down to $145. It retailed at $195 when it first came out. So again, an insane deal. That one's going to be quicker than an Ion Max, a little bit longer, a little bit quicker down lane. So if you liked the Mesmerize, you like the Vaporize, I'd recommend checking out this Hypnotize. The XL deal, you don't have to go for it. It's a weaker asymmetrical ball, so that one I'm kind of on the fence for. It's a good ball for some people, but I think these other 2 deals are eons better than that XL. And that XL doesn't seem to be selling off very well, so it might even go down to 110 one day. But let's move on to the strong and sharp bowling balls, where we have 4 more bowling balls. We have the Harsh Reality Pearl, the Black Widow 2.0 Hybrid, the Origin, which is surprising, and the Effect, which is equally surprising. Starting off with the first one, the Harsh Reality Pearl, that thing's been out of production for a while now. So now Bowlers Mart and other companies are trying to just get rid of them, and they're at $120. So you can get one of the strongest strong and sharp balls of the last couple of years for $120, same price as a Vibe with a couple extra bucks thrown in, same price as a Max Thrill, same price as a Craze, so very crazy price. I know there's a lot of people here who love the Harsh Reality Pearl. If you want another one, here's a good time to grab it. Moving down is the Black Widow 2.0 Hybrid. This one's surprising. This is arguably the greatest Black Widow of the last 10 years. And it's at $145, about $20 to $25 off. Not a crazy deal at the end of the day, but it's still a deal, and it's still a cheap Black Widow. This is a very smooth, strong and sharp bowling ball. And again, like I said, one of the best Black Widows of the last how many years. That ball has been loved by so many people just because of its versatility and because of its smoothness, even though it's a hybrid. So it gets down lane further, but isn't too angular, where that Mania is a heck of a lot more angular. Moving on to the other side of the category, we have the Origin on here, which I don't understand. I really hope this ball is not going away anytime soon. I love the Origin personally, and that's partially why I put it on the list, because is the deal amazing? It's good. It's a $30 off right now, which is pretty good for a $200 product. However, it's not the greatest deal ever. The Harsh Reality is still $120, but if you've ever wanted to try the Origin, this is a good time to do it at that $165 range. So I really hope that doesn't mean it's getting discontinued soon. Likewise, on the other side of the coin is the effect. Very similar to the origin, just a Brunswick bowling ball, a little more angular than the origin in my opinion, and that one's at $165 as well. First time we've seen the effect in a year and a half since it released in January of 24 actually go on sale. Very surprising on that front. I believe it was the first HK22C ball or one of the first, so crazy to see that one on sale because that ball has sold amazing over the last couple of years. Now, let's move on to the benchmark category, but first, it's still on sale. The GOAT is still on sale. We had the same exact slide last month. I just want to reinforce the Phase 2 is on sale for $150. No one knows why. It's not going anywhere. I can confirm that. But the GOAT is cheap. Link is down there. A lot of people picked it up last time. I picked it up last time. I'd recommend if you need a medium smooth ball, here's the best one on the market. Well, let's look at a couple more. There's two other ones on sale right now. One of them is the Summit Ascent. This ball's only $110. This is a good step down from those Phase 2s, rock stars, hammerheads, things like that. It's a very weird area in your bag that there's usually a big gap in, and there aren't many bowling balls that fit there. The Cove kind of fits there now. The Ion Pro kind of fits there. But now you have the Summit Ascent at $110. Really good price for that ball. It's been discontinued for a while, so it makes sense that it's so low, trying to get rid of stock. Rockstar, again, about $30 off. It was down to $90 over the weekend, which was nutty. I was able to grab one, luckily, and a few of the viewers were able to, and a few people on the Discord. That's how I found out about the deal. So if you don't want to miss the crazy deals, check out the Discord. But it's still $145. Really good price. Should you pick a Phase 2 or a Rockstar? They're very similar. It's really personal preference at that point. You're going to see very similar reactions. I see the Rockstar as a little bit more long and a little more angular compared to the Phase 2. Well, let's keep going. We are going to the medium and sharp category. We have a lot of bowling balls on this list. We have a lot to sift through. So the first one on the list, the Game Breaker 5 Pearl, is again still here because I don't understand why this ball is only $120. No idea. It's still one of the best Pearl balls that Brunswick is making right now, and it is still on super sale. It is not discontinued, to confirm that, but it's on sale by a lot. So if you need a medium sharp Pearl ball, there you go. It's a little smoother than other ones on this list, but still a good piece. Below it is a non-Bowler's Mart deal. However, just crazy. If you throw 16 pounds, you can get a brand new ball for $70. The Scorpion Strike, the Deviate Mantra, both $70 right now if you're throwing 16 pounds. If you're throwing 15 or 14, they're each about $100 to $110. Crazy deal yet. We've covered it in past videos. However, 70 is mind-blowing, in my opinion. Then, moving on, we have the IQ AI at $150. Is this a crazy deal? No, I believe it was about $165 to $170 before this, so it's not a crazy deal. I would avoid this one for right now unless you really want a shiny IQ. The IQ AI is good. Is it great? No. Is it an IQ Ruby? Is it an IQ Emerald? Not even close. However, it's still a shiny IQ. If you need that lower end shiny ball in your bag, this can be a great option for you. If it gets a little bit lower, I think I'll be picking it up. But right now, I think you can skip it for now. It's a little unfortunate to see that it's probably not selling well, is usually what I assume when these balls are on sale. I might be wrong, but yeah, a little interesting. Below it was a surprising message to get, was the Wolverine Dark Moss from many years ago, 2023, I think is when it released. There are still some floating around at $95. If you want the cheapest strength bowling ball you can get, money can buy, I would recommend picking this one up. Otherwise, the Wolverine Dark Moss was fine. It wasn't great. It was okay. It was replacing the original Wolverine, which got banned in the softness stuff from 2022. I don't know if it's really fully worth it. If you just want a cheap bowling ball and you want a high strength bowling ball, the Wolverine is right there. It's a great option for you. If you don't need that, I'd recommend checking one of these other ones out. But let's go to a unique category, which is weak smooth and urethane. We're including urethane in here. The reason I am adding this and the reason the purple hammer is on here is because there's been a lot of urethane discussion going on. The USBC is putting in new rules starting in 2026. The purple hammer is still legal in 99.9% of competition, so I wanted to include it here in case any of you out there were planning on waiting to buy a urethane until the rules came out. We weren't sure if there was going to be a complete ban or a partial ban or whatever it may be. However, the purple is still legal. If you want to pick one up, again, this is how much it is. $150 is actually pretty decent price for a ball that actually never dies. The urethane doesn't actually get worse over time, it gets better, which is crazy. However, on the other side, the new blue is at $115 right now. I thought this price would skyrocket with all the urethane talk, but it really hasn't. So if you want a urethane-like bowling ball, the new blue is right there. $115 is a pretty crazy deal, and this ball looks really good on house shots too. Urethane, regular urethane, doesn't. The new blue kind of does, especially when shiny. So a little bit crazy there. Let's go to our final category, the weak and sharp category. This is where there's a lot of bangers, and I think this is a category that you should also focus on. One of the couple in here that is like crazy weird. So the weak and sharp category is 4 Storm Products bowling balls. There are some really good weak and sharp balls that all are on the lower end of $100, which is crazy. Starting with the first one is the Storm Typhoon. This ball just released in April. It usually retails at $140 down to $125. Is it a crazy deal? Not really. People are loving this bowling ball right now. I've had a lot of positive feedback from a lot of bowlers that don't bowl on much oil. If you're on high friction lanes, if your house shot doesn't have much oil, if you want to combat those birthday party lanes once in a while on weekends, this can be a pretty decent option for you. $125, not too bad. But let's go into some other ones like the Lightning Blackout makes its return. The Lightning Blackout, in my opinion, is finally at a price where it's worth it. $110, has a really strong cover stock, but it basically has a hustle core. Tiniest core in bowling for a reactive ball. So I think it's a good deal now. I think that's a pretty decent price. Now, this ball is smooth. It is a pretty smooth bowling ball just because of how the difference is between cover and core. It's great for house shots. It's great for playing straighter. It doesn't like angle as much as some of the other balls on this list, but I think it's still a pretty decent price. There are a decent amount left. If you do like that REX cover stock, I'd recommend trying one out. If you don't, really up to you if you need anything in this category or not. Like I said, it's just more of an over-glorified hustle with a stronger cover. Now, moving to the right side, we have the Exponent Pearl is still around at $115. It seems like Bowlers Mart was going through their warehouses trying to figure out like what balls are left and what they need to get rid of quick. They found some Exponent Pearls because they're $115. That's an okay price. This ball was iffy, kind of hit or miss. The OG Exponent was way better than the Pearl version. Pearl version didn't really click very well for people. So $115 is a good price for a weaker bowling ball. That's probably the strongest one on this list out of these 4. So that one almost inches up towards the medium and sharp category because of how strong it is. But then finally, the Ultimate Wrecker is down there at $115. This ball just is not clicking with people. There's other options. The Typhoon is right there. The High Road 40 right now is incredible for a lot of people. You have things like the IQAI that we mentioned, the Road Warrior. People usually don't gravitate towards this Ultimate Wrecker. It's very slow down lane, especially with that AI core in it. So if you want a weak ball that's super smooth like the Lightning, you could go with the Ultimate Wrecker instead at $115. Overall, all these deals are really good. It's just which kind of ball reaction do you really need for your bag? And the great thing is these are all Storm bowling balls. You usually don't get Storm bowling balls on sale. If you're a fan of the Lightning Bolt brand, this is your video. These are a ton of deals that you can definitely snag. If you're a Brunswick fan, if you're a Motive fan, there really isn't much. Motive stuff is almost never goes on sale. Just sorry, Motive fans, don't hold your breath. You guys just buy your stuff way too quickly compared to the other brands. So if you enjoy any of these deals on this list, make sure to grab them in the link down below in the description. I have one for every single ball we mentioned. If you end up using that link, you can still go around and shop on Bowlers Mart. Whatever you grab, I end up getting 5% kickback. Again, huge thank you to Bowlers Mart and a massive, massive thank you to you guys if you end up using that link. If you have any questions on any of these bowling balls, please let me know down below in the description or join our Discord. I'm on our Discord very regularly throughout the day. So if you have any bowling ball questions and want an answer quick, I recommend joining over on there. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to drop a sub and I will see you on the next one.